the genocide in Gaza, there was a ceasefire agreement. Trump rode in like the knight on a white horse at the beginning of his term. Oh, we've got peace in the Middle East. Thank you, Trump. Where is that ceasefire agreement now? They tore it up. They gave Netanyahu a green light to destroy it, to violate it. Israel's bombing refugee tents. That's null and void. So another agreement that the United States doesn't keep. The JCPOA took 4 years to put together with all of the stakeholders, all of the resources, all of the political capital that was sunk in that. And Trump came along and yanked it. So why would the Iranians want to go through this process again when anything that they maybe put on paper or agree with could be reversed by Trump but maybe next month he'll change his mind. Israel changes his mind and they say, no, we're going to attack anyway. Or a Democrat comes in and reverses it. It's possible. It doesn't matter. It's just the U.S. is not agreement capable. The UN Security Council Resolution 2202 is another thing Iran could point to. That was the international binding implementation of the Minsk peace process by the United States. China voted, Russia voted. It was the only time the UN had a unanimous vote in the Security Council in 2015. And what did the U.S. do? They intentionally sabotaged it. The French undermined it. They slow walked it. The Germans as well. And now you have the war, which broke out in 2022 as a result of the failure and the intentional sabotage of UN Security Council Resolution 2202. So we're ticking off all these boxes one by one by one by one. The U.S. has no standing internationally to want to implement or force or compel or coerce anybody into some kind of an agreement, especially under threat of a military strike. So Scott Ritter and others, their argument fails. It also fails theoretically under basic negotiations game theory. Whenever there's a threat of future punishment or a threat of violence, the level of compliance to the sanctioning party or the party who's enforcing a type of punishment, coercive measure, the target nation, in this case Iran, the level of chance of compliance is almost zero. I had to study this for international relations, so it's like required text. Certainly nobody in the Trump administration has read any of these required text, but previous U.S. diplomats were required to, because they couldn't be in the diplomatic corps unless they had the academic qualification and the background to understand some of these basic concepts. This is why you don't put people like Pete Hegseth, who's a Fox News weekend host, to be in charge of the Pentagon and be making policy. The world is not a TV show run by Uncle Sam. The results of this is there are no restraining checks and balances within the Trump administration. So their foreign policy is a total free-for-all.